Hello, everyone. I'm fighting with my dog, my pet. Um, Hi, this is, stop it. This is Patricia Shanks. Let me look at the little, where the camera is. This is Patricia Shanks. I'm barely back from the NAMM show at the Anaheim Convention Center. What is my dog doing now? Uh, and trying to get my bearings. I realized my tripod was set from standing for last week, so I was trying to get I really need a crew. So anyway, Patricia Shanks. This is Studio Shanks Sundays live at 5 on YouTube. The address is Patricia Shanks Voice. Please subscribe to me if you want more of this punishment in the future. I would really love to hear from you. Comments. Let's see. Let me give you some of my commercial, and then I can maybe forget all about it and start blabbering about something else. This, by the way, I needed moral support today. This is my pet. This is Stuffin. Stuffin is usually, I don't know what's going on today. Stuffin, stop. Stuffin is usually a very obedient pet, right? I'm not a ventriloquist, so I can't make Stuffin talk. Well, I don't know, maybe I can. Maybe Stuffin should talk and I should stop. Anyway, this is my pet Stuffin who's going to help me today. And sit, Stuffin, stay. So Stuffin's going to be there barely in frame, just so that we know it's there. Anyway, I am Patricia Shanks. I'm a voice teacher. I'm a college voice teacher. And if anyone, after you hear this, is interested in studying voice with me, I also teach at 2 different locations. I teach in Laguna Hills at Laguna Hills Music. You can get in touch with me, or you can give them a call and say, I heard this woman talking with this stuffed dog, and I'd really like to take voice lessons from her. So I teach at Laguna Hills Music, and I also teach at Neil Music Instruction in Anaheim. So I would love to hear from you, and if you are interested in voice lessons, I'd love to work with you. Anyway, commercial. I'm Studio Shanks on Twitter. My Facebook page is nope, it is not. I take it back. Go back. It's Patricia Shanks Music on Facebook. That's my page, so you can find me and follow me there. I think that's a follow. This is a subscribe. Twitter is a whatever Twitter is, and that's Studio Shanks again. My websites are studioshanks.com and ocvocalcoach.com. And I'm sure I'm elsewhere. I know I'm on Snapchat. I'm not sure how that works. And I'm not sure because I just signed up and I can't remember what I did last week. It's either Patricia Shanks or Studio Shanks, but this is the person, and I haven't done anything there. So find something where nothing's going on, and that's probably me. And also on Instagram, I am Patricia Shanks, and that one confuses me too because it's either Patricia space Shanks or Patricia underscore Shanks, or if you just look up Patricia Shanks, I come up. I don't know, but you're all much more clever about those things than I am. So please follow me, find me, subscribe to me, do whatever you can, and I really do appreciate it. Thank you. So my sole purpose for doing these things is to talk to other musicians, to talk to singers. In particular, singers who are just starting out, maybe, and maybe helping give them a few little hints and pointers, things that are something that they're not thinking about, or something that they just need a little more help with. That's why I love your comments too, because if you ask me about something, maybe I'll have some sort of erudite answer. I don't know, but anyway, today's little message is something that I figured something would come to me while I was out at the NAMM show. That's the National Association of Music Merchants. And it's always a terrific show if you're in any way associated with Music Merchant. It's fantastic because there are musicians out there playing instruments. There's equipment. The microphones. There were 2 floors of microphones, and of course, as a singer, microphones are something I'm very interested in. And right, Stefan? You see, let me bring my friend back here to help me. I really need help today. Oh, Stefan, there's a microphone there. Okay. Anyway, forget it. Stay, sit. Okay. So anyway, great time. Met some interesting people, saw some friends, which is always kind of fun with thousands of people there, finding your friends in the crowd. But one of the things that came to me while I was there, as I was watching in one of the booths, some pros playing. There was a bass player and a drummer playing, and it was something that I've thought of many times. It struck me that the pros are pros for a reason. That sounds brilliant, I know. The pros, what they do is so effortless if they're that kind of pro. I mean, there are professionals who maybe aren't as skilled, but they're interesting, they're great performers, we enjoy them. But then there are the elite performers who are, when they play, it's a flow. It's so effortless and yet so perfect, but in its perfection, it's not overdone. It's it's really hard to explain, to describe, but it's just perfect. It's not too much. Sometimes you see some really excellent performers, and I see this very often, who I think for a lot of reasons are trying a little too hard, and it's really good music. They're doing a great job, but there's that little bit of like they're crawling up a hill. There's that little bit of extra effort. Sometimes I think some of the gigging musicians are tired because they're playing everywhere they can, every night, anything that comes up. And I think it can become a little bit of a chore unless you can kind of regroup and meditate and take a break and have a moment and find your way back again to your artistry. But anyway, what came to me too as I was watching these performers just do their thing so perfectly was when I was a young singer. When I first started out, I gravitated toward classical music and actually had a career as a professional chorister with the LA Music Center Opera Association before it was the LA Opera proper. So this was in the 1980s, around 1985, 86. And I also did a little bit as a professional chorister with Opera Pacific. And by the way, let me throw this other little piece of a commercial in really fast before I forget, because I get off on my tangents. For those of you who might want to work with me, especially young people, I am a member of the Music Teachers Association of California and the National Association of Teachers of Singing. And both of those organizations have programs like the Certificate of Merit program for music teachers and the student evaluations for NATs that are really wonderful entry-level types of training programs and performance programs. So if you're interested in doing that kind of a thing, I can help you with that. And I'm also a member of AGMA, which is where I was going, because that's how I was singing professionally with the LA Opera Association as an extension of having sung over a summer with the Los Angeles Master Chorale and having Roger Wagner say to his daughter in the audition room, I think she'd be great for the opera, and I was happy to comply. And then singing with Opera Pacific, of course. That was all AGMA work. So, and I'm also SAG-AFTRA. Okay, no more commercials for the moment. Right, Stefan? Stefan has nothing to say. So anyway, when I started out, I gravitated toward classical music. And one of the reasons was because I heard this magnificent American coloratura soprano, Beverly Sills. And this is part of why I'm a voice teacher today. I heard that sound and I said, what? How do you do that? How does a human voice make that sound? And a little bit technical. It's like, how does it move so quickly? How does it sound so perfect? How does she sing so high and so low? And it's so effortless and wonderful. And of course, it's not something that just happened. It's something that was schooled, and she was a brilliant person and a brilliant musician, and was very well trained, and worked with Estelle Liebling, I believe, who was the premier voice teacher of the day. And anyway, and I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure I'm right. Anyway, and then I started learning and training. And as the more and more I listened to the incredible professional recordings of the professional singers, the more I realized, the more I learned what I didn't know. And that's the only way, that's one of the only ways that we can, as singers, as performers, realize where we have to go is to hear these very, very fine, top level musicians perform. And that also gives us something to work toward. It also gives us something, the harsh reality of, ooh, I'm not there yet, there's a long way to go. But if you don't know how far the road is, then you may not even start out on the journey because you won't get there. So we need to know what it is that we don't know. And another thing that used to happen a lot to me is I would hear the nuance, I would hear the subtlety, I would hear something like a phrase that just trailed off with perfect support into this thin, well-supported, soft, gorgeous floating tone, and realized that mine didn't do that just yet, and I needed to work on that. And we always have room to grow, and we always have somewhere to go. We're always learning and growing. But one of the things I found about musicians, the singers, especially the very serious singers, they are willing and interested in listening to the other performers and kind of dissecting what it is that they do so that they can apply it to their own practice. Practice being one of the things. Now, here's my other practice lecture, like I've been doing the last few weeks, but we have to have something to stimulate our interest and something to keep us working. Sometimes it's a performance, sometimes it's someone else's performance that inspires us, or a piece of music that, oh my gosh, I have to sing that, I have to try to sing that. But this is one of the keys, this is one of the things that the best performers do, is that they are interested in hearing other performers and learning from them and trying things out. And they're not afraid, they're not jealous of the other performers, they're just taken with how fantastic they are. And this is what I was watching today, and I was wishing I knew how to play the bass or play the drums. But these performers are phenomenal. And so Stefan, it's been a long day, hasn't it? I don't know if I have much more to say today, just because I've been namming all day. It's now a verb. And I hope that you will come back for more punishment. I plan to talk on other subjects, hopefully of use and value to singers. Again, if you'd like to find out about lessons, or if you'd like to subscribe to me or follow me, I would absolutely love it. We really need this. We really need to be able to communicate with each other and inspire each other toward better and more interesting and more exciting performances. So I think I might just sign off for now. Right, Stefan? Wait, Stefan needs to sign off too. Stefan sit, Stefan. Oh, he's being a little bit better now. So Stefan, and I also have a cat that's down there, very distressed that Stefan is my pal up here. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. I will be here again the next Sunday at 5 o'clock California time. So keep singing and keep making music, and bye-bye.